Hello, good morning. Good morning in Norway, Europe, and then wherever you are. My mother's in Hong Kong at the airport waiting for a flight. So that's middle of the day, afternoon, I think. Okay. Wherever you are, whatever time of the day, this is the time to gather and to collect ourselves a little bit, to center ourselves, pull ourselves together so that we can find this space in ourselves where we can heal, where we can be uplifted and live the way we're supposed to live, connect to our nature, our true nature. So let's see. Hello, there's my mother from in Hong Kong. Good to see you managed to log on. Okay, so and she's had a strenuous journey, so maybe this will give you some peace and energy, Mum. We'll see. And whoever else as well. Welcome everybody. The first thing I would like you to do, wherever you are, is to just be aware of your surroundings. Become aware of the space that you're in this moment. Without closing your eyes or anything, just notice, where are you? Be observant, be an observer of your surroundings. You don't have to look around, just sense it. In fact, I'd rather you didn't look around yourself so much right now. Just notice what it feels like to be in this space that you're in. You can even sense what's behind you without looking. You can just, what does it feel like behind you? Become aware of your own sensation of this space that you're in. The air, the surface that you're sitting or lying on, any sounds, notice them without judgment, without analyzing. Just try and see if you can just observe. Maybe there's some new sounds that you hadn't heard because some other sounds are a bit louder. Notice them. And then we won't spend too much time doing this because we're going to center ourselves. So I'd like you to observe yourself in this space. Where are you? Your physical body. How is it positioned? Are you comfortable? If not, you can shift yourself a little bit so you become more comfortable. As comfortable as possible. Are you warm, cold? Can you feel the air? Are you in the middle of a room? Are you by a wall? Just where are you in this space? And then feel your skin without touching it. What does your skin feel like on your arms today? Is it touching some cloth maybe, some clothes, or maybe just the air? What are your feet feeling like? What do they feel like in this moment? Are they against the ground, or are they up in the chair, on the bed? Notice what they're resting against and feel the surface, the touch. And your behind, your bottom, your hips, where are they? How is this positioned for you? What does it feel like for you to be in your own hips today? Your backbone, what's your backbone doing? Is it holding you up, or does it feel tired? Is it resting against something? Your neck, the back of your head, the top of your head. You can do this with your eyes open, and in fact I'm asking you to do so because I'd like you to relate to the surroundings right now still. Your forehead, your eyes, cheeks, nose, lips, what do they feel like where you are right now? Can you feel the air against it? Your face? What is your hair doing? How does it feel? Can you feel your hair without looking at it? Okay. Cool. And then your chest and your tummy. What do they feel like today? Are they tense? Are they open? Are they free? Are they uneasy? Your chest and your tummy, what do they feel like today? Good, cool. Okay. And then, before you close your eyes and we really get into it, I'd like you to send a little thought. I can see some relatives here, I see some friends, I see some other people here. Welcome. I'd like you to send some thoughts to everybody else who's connected with us here today, who's watching this. Just notice, send a little thought of appreciation that they're here. And then send a little thought of appreciation for everybody who will be watching this later. And let's just acknowledge that there's a group of people who's decided to find a way of centering themselves and connecting today and listening to this. And there are quite a few people who do listen to this afterwards, so send a thought to them all. Yes. So that we make this beautiful, intention of pulling this together, making it a space for people all over the place to connect, to make our lives a little better. That's the intention I'd like to add to this. And if you want to add something else, please do. And then, when you're ready, take a deep breath and gently close your eyes. And as you do so, bring this same awareness to just behind your eyes. And imagine that you can feel or see this light. It's almost like a candle light, just behind your eyes. See it in your mind's eye, this light, and how it spreads its light out beyond the surface of the light. Softer and softer as it expands, but it's still expanding. The more you look, the more you can see this light expanding beyond this center of it. And I'd like you to bring this light back to the center of your head. It's as if you're holding a lantern and looking around a little bit. Just be aware of the center of your head. Bring this light, this awareness down through your throat, down to the center of your chest. Be aware of the center of your chest, what it feels like on the inside, what it looks like if you use images. Or just be there, pretend that you know or feel. And imagine that you can move all down to the solar plexus, just below your ribs, in the middle, in the center. Bring this awareness, this light to this center. What does it feel like there? And what happens when you bring this attention to your solar plexus? Does anything shift? Just notice. Beautiful. Bring this same awareness further down into your belly, your gut feeling. That's where you get your gut feeling. Bring your awareness into the center of your belly. And then all the way down to the base of your spine, bring your awareness to this area. With this light, imagine that you have this candle or this lantern that you bring down there. And then I'd like you to bring your awareness to the right knee with this light, then to the left knee, just briefly, and then down to your feet. First the right foot, just underneath the foot there's a point. Imagine that you can see this point, feel this point just in the middle of your foot underneath. And see if you can sense and feel that same point under your left foot. And then I'd like you to imagine that you can send rays of light down from your feet, both feet, like roots or like lasers down in through the earth. And you can feel the vibration of this powerful earth that we're on, this beautiful earth. Feel her strength, her power, her energy. It's as if you can feel her pulse. Imagine it, just go with it, pretend that you can do this. If you can't, if it's strange for you, just pretend, go with it. play with it. What does the pulse of the earth feel like? What does it sound like? Can you sense it? Use your imagination. And imagine that you can, these rays from your feet, they can go all the way down to the center of the earth, the heart of the earth. As if you're greeting her, hello. So good to meet you. And imagine how she sends a greeting back up to you, to your feet, all the way up through your laser ray, up to your feet. And feel this beautiful power, this pulse from the earth following up through your legs, through your knees, your hips, up along the spine. Feel how this beautiful power, this vibration, this strength of the earth is supporting you all the way up to your heart. Go with it, play with it. Feel this heart connecting to the heart of the earth, to her energy, her beauty, her strength. I'd like you to bring this energy, this light, this laser ray further up from your heart. Imagine that you can shoot it up into your throat and sense your throat. Bring energy, bring power, bring freedom, bring light to your throat, acknowledging this beautiful voice of yours. And feel how this ray of energy goes further up into your head. And when you're in your head, imagine that you can switch the light or the lantern or the laser up a bit so you can look around and see all those paths that are going crisscross in your heads, all those different connections between your thoughts and your worries and your fears and your joys. They're all in a chaos, like a bundle of, like a knot of threads or paths. And imagine that you can invite all those weeds that you don't want there, and all those connections and paths that you don't need, that don't support you, that cause chaos in your head. Ask that they can be released. Pick them out, pick the weeds out, cut the cords. Cleanse your head from all these disturbing patterns, these disturbing paths. Imagine that you can untangle them easily by putting the light, shining the light on them, so that they can transform up into the universe. Send them out. Ask them to leave, and what you find, eventually you will see these beautiful, simple connections that connect you to the beautiful, uplifting emotions that can hold you. The emotions of peace, of playfulness, of joy. And as you connect to these words, just let those weeds and those disturbing paths continue their dissolving, continue releasing and moving out into the universe to be transformed. And what you're left with are those beautiful rays of love, balance, connection, excitement, creativity. Those patterns that can uplift you and bring you forward. And imagine that your headspace is now clearer, it's more open, it's freer. You know which paths you can walk on without stumbling, without getting cut by a thorn. And then imagine that you can send this ray of light up through your head. And with curiosity, explore it. Go up, further up, as far as you can, up into the universe. Imagine that you're looking for the center of the universe. Where is it? Can you find it? There you go. And you'll find it, and you see this fantastic, bright light, this center that holds everything. And ask that you can go there, that you can connect and see and feel what it's like in the center. And just pretend, if you do not understand or believe this, don't worry about it, just go with it. Have fun, explore it, as if you can go into that bright, beautiful space. And when you're there, imagine that you turn around and you see yourself sitting. You see the connection, you're sitting in the air, on the earth. And you see all those threads, all those weeds that cover the earth as well, with all the things that we do that bring us down. But below them, you can see those deep veins of beautiful presence, of connection. It's the mother's love of a child. It's the lover's love for each other. It's the friend's love for each other. It's the will to do good. All these connections, they create a beautiful foundation that can eradicate, that can burn up all those thorns and all those tense connections that lie above them. And then imagine that you can see above those tense connections, there's a divine light. There are rays sending beautiful, beautiful healing light down. And then imagine that you gently come down to yourself again, knowing that you are one of those who can send those beautiful sensations out to other people so that we can connect and start to heal and start to do good and start to create this peace within ourselves and in the world. All you have to do is send a beautiful thought out to somebody. Pick someone that you'd like to send a loving, caring thought to, and pick another, and pick a group of people, whether you know them or not. Come back to your center, your heart. Imagine that you can connect to your own heart and send that thought of gratitude to your own heart. Knowing that every time you feel grateful for something, you release something that disturbs you. Gratitude eradicates everything else. There's no room for anything when you can connect to gratitude. Ask you to feel your tummy, your foundation in your hips. Notice yourself in your space. What does it feel like to be in your space now? And when you're ready, you can start gently to open your eyes and look around. What does it look like around you now? What sounds are there? And I invite you to move forward in your day, carrying forward the knowledge that you can make a difference, you matter, and that you're beautiful, and be grateful for yourself and for this moment. And thank you for taking the time and tuning in. It's great to have you here. And I'll be back next week with the topic then will be intuition, I've decided. Take care, have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.